Have you ever been there? We're in a tough spot. Someone may even be trying to help, but they're just making it where they're breaking you in pieces with their words. It is not true. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. The wounds that words leave may not leave a mark, but they leave the deepest hurt. So in the midst of such agony, where does hope, where does trust come from? You see, Job can trust because his confidence isn't in himself. It's in another. And it's in Job 19, verse 25, that we have one of the most beautiful statements in all of Scripture. For I know, Job says, that my Redeemer lives. And at the last, he will stand upon the earth. He says, guys, at the end, I don't have good answers. But ultimately, I don't have to answer for myself. There is another, and he will answer for me. Job's confidence wasn't in himself, it was in another. Trusting Christ today gives us strength to endure life's greatest agonies today. The book of Job raises so many questions that can't ultimately be answered in this life. Sometimes we suffer terribly. And if we look within for answers, there are no good answers. And we begin to look around, asking for answers, and there are no good answers. But our Redeemer entered our world and suffered. Our Redeemer hung abandoned on that cross, looked around, and there was no help. In that moment, he looked up and cried, my God, why have you forsaken me? And he was a truly God-forsaken man. You see, God abandoned his Son so that he will never abandon you. So in that day, when you're asking yourself, if someone else is asking you, what in the world is wrong? You can say, I don't know, it hurts so bad, but I do know my Redeemer lives. You see, our hope can't be in ourselves. If we hope in ourselves, our hope ends with ourselves. We must hope in another. And for everyone who looks at this moment, at this Redeemer, we have two eternal options. One is an eternity of suffering without this Redeemer. And the other is an eternity of peace and joy in spite of earthly suffering with this Redeemer.